morning to a very windy Winchcombe. I hope you can hear me above the wind. We've had Storm Darragh this weekend. No, Darragh. Yeah, begin with a D, Darragh. It swept through from Friday through to Sunday. It's now Sunday morning and things are dying down somewhat. It's been quite wet and windy for the whole time. It's not like us to do drama, but it was a little scary at times. The van was rocking about and bits were flying off the trees and things. But there's no flooding here. We're all good, nice and safe. The wardens have been looking after us, and I'm just going to walk you around. It's quite early in the morning here and quite cold, so I want to walk you around quickly around the site. Just have a quick look. It's really nice, lovely to come back in the summer or springtime when there's more colour. But a lovely setting at Winchcombe, which is in the Cotswolds. What a place to be, you know. It's just beautiful. Some of the villages are looking absolutely beautiful with all the Christmas decorations, Christmas trees and things. The shops are all lit up, and the pubs, of course, which we've tried several of. Anyway, more about that in a minute. I'll show you the reception, and then there's a little room here which is like a meeting room for sort of reception room, I think they call it, and it's got several settees in it. There's a TV, there's skittles, there's a pool table and all sorts of things to entertain yourself, particularly if there's bad weather. So the wardens have very kindly let us clear the table. We put our nibbles and a couple of bottles of wine on there, and we the six of us, so we were with our friends, all got in there rather than crowding out one of the vans. So we've been enjoying that, and it's right next to the facilities here, so that's great. We're show you the reception, and then we'll move around the back of this building. So a nice big arrivals area here, nice and level, and plenty of room to pull in with your motorhome or caravan. And then this is the room here. Little Santa's fell over. Poor chap, he's been blown over in the wind. And this is the room here where we had our sort of festivities. You can't see through the glass, but there's a Christmas tree in there. It's all really nicely done, and you have to come through a barrier, which is a code for a numbered code. The bench is blown over, look, but the flag is still flying. So we're all safe and sound. I don't think anybody's had any damage or injury this week. But you can see the beautiful hard stands. This is a camping and caravan club site. Ladies' facilities are here, and there's a beautiful fishing lake just over here. We'll walk towards that. I say, hopefully you can still hear me above this wind. We're just passing the motorhome service point here, and then we'll wander over to this pitch. And there is a walk round the lake. It's not too muddy, actually, surprisingly. We could actually go that way, to be honest. Walk around that way. But there's the lake. Let's go around and I'll show you a close-up view of that. Now, as with all good campsites, there's doggy boxes along the routes. This is the footpath behind the lake. As I say, there was pictures this side of the lake where we've just been, and there's a good chunk of the campsite the other side as well. But there's fishing here, and I know nothing about fishing, but it all looks very comfortable to me with all these little platforms. Don't they call them swims? Something like that. Smurf is over the other side of the lake there. I don't know if you can pick him up from here. My hands are so cold I can hardly use the zoom. Let's try it. Step into one side here without falling in the river. There's Smurf over there, you can just see him. And the lake, quite a good size, with benches and things here, look. Very nice indeed. Trees are all bare, but, sheltered from the wind here, just behind the hedge actually. The little streams at the back of the site here are quite full. from the rain we had on Friday overnight and into Saturday morning. That was the worst part of the storm, really. We're just coming down to the far end of the lake now, and it opens out, this little footpath opens out into the campsite again, and there's another barrier just here. We wonder what was behind there, but it's full of the lodges. There's lots of cabins and lodges down there, which you might just be able to see if I go over to the barrier here. Let's go and have a look. Oh yeah, the water's actually receded from yesterday. These streams here were really flowing fast. This footpath here runs down to a huge dog field that's land owned by the Camp and Caravan Club, I think. Was quite muddy down there, but you need your wellies. But it's a huge field, your dogs can run free out there. But this is where the self-catering lodges are, just down here, and they look particularly nice, I have to say. Very cosy in this time of year. It looks like there's a car down there, so they're occupied at the moment. So we'll not intrude in their privacy, we'll just look from a distance. But as you can see round this end of the site, you've got the beautiful, if I can get beyond the trees here, beautiful Cotswold scenery. All around this site it's like this. I'm walking down with the lake to my left now, and this area's quite a few hard stand pitches. They're big enough to get a van and a car on, just, I think. They do like you to keep the vehicles off the grass for obvious reasons at this time of year particularly. They're nicely spaced, these pitches, all got electric hookup. Most of them have, I think. And there are some grass pitches over the far side as well for summertime. You can see quite a few vans out in the middle of December. So it's nice to see people using the vehicles all year round. Just tripped over the dog then. There's a water point here that we used to fill up, top up should I say. And there's two dog walks, the one that I showed you down there with the big field, and there's another one over here in the little bit of woodland here. And at the back end of this doggy walk, a little children's playground there. But along the hedgerow there, at the back, is the Winchcombe Way, which is a footpath. That's public footpath. So the little dog walk there is for dogs on leads only. We've come back to Smurf. We're this side of the lake again now, and we're with our friends, the crafty camper vanners here, and Yorkshire Motorhomes here. And this has been our Vlogmas tour. We're on the first part of it, and I'm going to put the dogs inside, and I'll just walk down the little bit that we haven't done yet and show you that. There's another water point here for freshwater and grey water. The Elson point is in this little building here, just behind that door. You got washing up area, and then the male facilities, toilets and showers. A disabled facility here, and this is the family room into the family room here. Which we showed you a few minutes ago. We're back at the barrier where the ladies' facilities are, just there. This is where the recycling point is, just adjacent to the facilities block, and there's caravan and motorhome storage on site here as well, which is really handy for locals. if you don't want to take your caravan or motorhome back home with you. But this is the main road in, the first road that you drive down, and we're down here on the right, and the lake is just on the right here. So as you can see, quite a pretty sight, and we've really enjoyed it here. Definitely come back, definitely one to recommend. We've paid about just over £26 a night, and that's with electric hookup, which is 16 amp. Very reasonable, we thought, for a winter camp. There's been one or two mallards and coots and moorhens and things, cheeky little things, and a couple of pheasants as well by our vans, but they're pretty friendly. The dogs enjoy watching them anyway. And we come along this little road here, we're back at Smurf again. And there we are. You can see some lovely views across the Cotswold countryside. We're still at the Winchcombe Camping and Caravan Club site. That's really lovely, really pretty impressed with this site, but it's very wet. We had a lot of rain in the night, and there's a big puddle over here. No, it's a lake. But we've got a fabulous view of the lake, and Sue's just getting a coat on. We've ordered a taxi and we're going into Tewkesbury shortly. We've been to Tewkesbury before and it's quite nice, so we're going to go and have a look at the Abbey and so on, but we'll catch up with you there. Well, we've been dropped off by the taxi at Tewkesbury Abbey, and we've, as I say, we have been here before, but it's definitely worth a look if you're in Tewkesbury. The driver was just telling us about some of the alleys between the buildings, so we're going to have a look, see if we can find some alleys between the little shops. But there's lots of history here in Tewkesbury, medieval town. And I remember this big oak tree. It was full of leaves when we were here last time. Look at that. We've just been inside the Abbey Cafe, which is here, and come back out onto the street. I think we might go in and have a quick look at the Abbey, which is hiding behind the trees here. It is beautiful. I don't think I came inside last time we were here. The Victoria Gardens are here along the river, next to the mill. That's a lovely old building. The sound of a light aircraft overhead, up there somewhere. We're just making a note of how high this river is. It's running really fast through the centre, and these railings covered. The water's obviously been up here as well. It's muddy. Yeah, we've literally got all mud on our shoes now. Can't go in the pub yet. But here's the history. It says that Tewkesbury sits in a strategic site at the confluence of the picturesque River Avon, which is beside us, and the mighty River Severn. This important location has enabled the town's economy to grow and prosper for over 800 years. And you can see the flooding before, and that's what's happening right now. Is the rivers are expanding, and Tewkesbury is high and dry on the hill there. Well, we've come in the bell at Tewkesbury, and Kevin and I have got a pint just here.
Yeah,
Kev's gone
for Green King as well.
Green King, and you've gone for the chicken pie? Chicken and ham pie. Yeah, and I've gone for the Hunter's chicken. Sue's got her fish cakes over here, the salmon.
Cheese sauce.
Yeah.
Poached egg.
Lovely. And Tracy's got another pie.
I've got the steak and Ruddles ale pie.
Oh, that's it.
With
and
mash and veg.
Mash, yeah. And Sue's got a giant teapot.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to dig in. I've come into Winchcombe Church here, and this afternoon they've got the Christmas tree competition. So there's lots of little Christmas trees all around the church, and there's a little competition. You can pick up a slip and choose which tree you like best, and they're made by different people in the village, different groups. This one's the Karma Canine. And then the book club is over here somewhere, behind Sue. Just over there is the book club. Yeah. And here we've got mobile music. And another beautiful tree here. And a long line of them. Sue's taking pictures. This one's called The Mice and the Hay, and that's made by the Flower Group, with the fairy on the top. Winchcombe Podiatry have made this one, and it's all shoes and socks. It's clever, isn't it? And this one's Winchcombe U3A, which is an interest group. They have got all sorts of things, travel and hobbies on their tree. And there's another few down here. It goes on and on. How lovely. Really is special to have the little local village input, and you feel a community. Friends of St Peter's Church, Winchcombe. And the backdrop of all the stained glass windows. It's really lovely.
A Sheila Christmas tree.
Another one here.
That's a Sheila Christmas tree.
This one's for Sheila because everything's knitted.
And a litre tree.
Yeah, it is. They're beautiful, aren't they? So many. And I love all the knitted people up the top here, so look. Isn't that lovely? And another tree down here. So we're in the Winchcombe village. This is an old school building that's now a working man's club. And we think there could have been a chapel or something here in the olden days. A little bit of work going on with the memorial there. Look how pretty it is. We're just approaching the main part of the village now. There's a little more of the village here. Another church. And we're looking down the main street. Unfortunately, the market was cancelled today because of the high winds and the storm. Sorry about the wind if you're hearing wind noise, but this is where Sue and Tracy have gone in the little charity shop here. Looks like a bit posh, but we come down this other road now. These buildings. There's something a little bit special about these village streets. Very pretty.